The FBI paid tax dollar to make black protests look more violent.
Racial justice groups and the racial justice movement during the summer of 2020, which for 2 years now has always been an open question, which is how did the FBI respond to the racial justice movement, given the context that the FBI had previously designated black political activists as so-called black identity extremists or anti-government extremists. And what's significant about this is that the FBI in Denver, according to internal FBI recordings or internal FBI reports and undercover recordings, hired a convicted felon with a history of sexual assault and menacing with a weapon to infiltrate these groups while being paid thousands of dollars.
We've been saying this forever that the FBI and other extremist groups were infiltrating these protests. But people didn't want to believe it. Now that there's proof, I want you guys to check out the Alphabet Boys podcast, and I think there's going to be a documentary on it as well. But while you're at it, check out the Ghetto Informant Program, something probably never heard of. The Ghetto Informant Program was an intelligence gathering operation run by the FBI from 1967 to 1973. Its official purpose was to collect information pertaining to the riots and civil unrest. But these programs started way before that. People were infiltrating the Black Panthers, they were infiltrating the civil rights movement well before that. They tried to infiltrate the Rosa Parks situation, and this has gone on for years where the FBI has tried to make Black people look more violent, where the federal government itself has tried to make Black people look more violent by infiltrating these groups, starting this civil unrest. Now, I'll never say that there's not opportunists out here that try to riot and get what they can. Most of it is out of poverty and people needing things, but the other is just simply because people want to have destruction everywhere. But the government is behind this. And I hate to say this, but when people look at us on the streets and we're doing these protests and they automatically categorize us as dangerous people, when it's being stated that white extremist groups are the most dangerous threat to the United States by the head of the FBI, it makes it almost impossible to know what to believe. But we know who's starting these fires. We know who's infiltrating these protests. At some point in time, you guys just got to start listening to us. Take care, stay woke, and check out the Alphabet Boys. It's informative.